Hello and welcome, Greenies, to a video of Kerbal Space Program, where today I'll be launching this kind of little satellite thing into space. Before I do anything, I'll just be editing just a quick few things, and I'll explain my rocket. Right, so first of all, we've got this and this to kind of get us these two rockets here, the first stage. To get us in the air, that's where we're getting most of our speed from, or most of our thrust. Now these don't last very long, because I've limited the solid fuel, because you get if you get too much solid fuel, it actually weighs your thing down, and then you're using too much fuel to get into space, and it's not worth it. So yeah. So I've got these on first stage. I've got these decouplers here that I'll pass me to the second stage. Number 5. If you look at my mouse, this here. After this, I should bring this down into this stage here. So after I've decoupled, at the same time, my main engine, my main rocket, which has thrust vectoring, which is, from what I understand, kind of being able to, or the rocket change direction, so you can go in different directions heading into space. Yeah, so that's my second stage. Now once this has run out of fuel, so this is full of fuel, these two here. This will be another decoupler, so it'll push this main area away. And there's an engine inside there. I'm not sure you'll be able to see it. Yeah, there you go. There's this little engine here. It's not particularly powerful, but it's good for in space. So this will be kind of just the last kind of getting your kind of periapsis and kind of the final adjustments. So you're going horizontal around, and you're not going to start falling back onto the planet again, back onto Kerbal. And then, so yeah, then you got these things here, which are RCS thrusters, or kind of things, whatever you want to call it. It's just kind of to control this a little better than to control this, I guess. So I got a little satellite thing there, and I've got these little antennas. So I'll just extend them quickly. I'll only extend one of them just to show you. It's just antennas. You can send kind of data, or data if you're American. It sends data, but there won't be any data to send on this. So I think we're going to go ahead and launch. Save. Right, so this is the kind of launch pad for those of you who have never seen this game or heard of it before. I'm just gonna kind of to get into the first kind of things you need to do before you take off. You press R for RCS. The RCS engines, thrusters, whatever you want to call them, is these things here. If you look at my mouse, these things here, and you press T for kind of general stabilization. So the fins and the thrust vectoring. The fins are useless, kind of like above 20,000 meters, 40,000 meters. Whereas the engine and the RCS, I tend to prefer these out of space, like out in space, for kind of final adjustments and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and press Z to put my throttle all the way up. Now you can also kill the throttle by pressing X, or you can press Shift to bring it all the way up, and press Control to bring it all the way back down again. But I'm going to press Z because I want it all the way to the top. Full throttle, and to kind of launch it, you're just going to press space. So here we go. Launching. Currently stable. Now I'm going to head in that kind of general direction. In fact, perfectly east. But I'm only going to do that when I kind of reach 10,000 meters. So as you can see, I've kind of reached the end of my. So yeah, that's the first decoupling. Oh yeah, going to space. Now, as you can see, we're kind of getting near 10,000 meters. So in a minute, I'm going to start angling the rocket. Well, now I'm going to start angling the rocket 45 degrees. Just going to try and angle it so it doesn't kind of fly off. As you can see, we're kind of breaching the outer atmosphere. So this is our current trajectory. So if I were to stop the engine now, I would just kind of fly over the apoapsis and start flying back into the planet and splash, I guess, would be the appropriate So as you can see, it's just changed that to say orbit. I'm just gonna watch this and kill this at 100. There we go. So I'm gonna watch it fly all the way over to here. That's gonna take a fair bit of time. So I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit by pressing the I don't even know what you call those keys. Anyway, so as you can see here, these are kind of different. These are other probes and satellites that I sent into orbit, just to kind of practice. And so yeah, this line here is called a polar orbit. I'm gonna. So this is where I'd use the RCS. So you can see here, you've got these little bursts of air. Spinning off a bit. Now, if you look at the altimeter, we're getting close to our 100,000 meter mark. Now at 100,000 meters, we're gonna press Z, full throttle. Okay, that's just the last of our. So here we go. There we go. So now we can kind of watch our orbit turn into a nice, perfect circle. So we can. It's not a perfect circle, but it'll do. Right. So I think we can go ahead and leave the stage alone. So we're going into our final stage. Now, in this, there's a little kind of engine there, tiny little thing, which uses monopropellant, I believe, or liquid fuel. I'm not quite sure. One or the other. I'm gonna start kicking the thruster, just so we can kind of move ourselves away from that last stage. So no unfortunate little accidents. Kind of see how small we are compared to the planet Kerbal. You can see the moon over there. So once we've done this kind of final stage, I'm just going to kill it here. So barely affected our kind of orbit. Oh wait, that's a bit away out, but it's almost a circle. It's not perfect, but it's something. So I'm going to go ahead and extend this little satellite thing and these antennas that I showed you earlier. Right, so that's all of them extended. To be honest, this is quite useless. It's more just for looks and just to show you how I would get into orbit, and just for video purposes. And I'm quite proud of my little orbit, I guess. Now, I'm going to show you something that. Right, so this is kind of Earth. This is Moon's orbit. This is Minimus. It's kind of like another kind of moon, kind of a larger orbit, if you want to call it. If you keep zooming out, this is Earth's orbit around the Sun. With so these are all the kind of planets. These are all the planets in orbit. So Moho, yeah, that's, I guess in our terms that'd be Venus, I believe. Not quite sure. Eve. I guess this, in our case, this would be Mars, and so on. And I guess if you know your galaxy, you map the galaxy, then you're okay. I'd say that's our kind of little galaxy here that got going on. And so this is all that you can explore now. There are mods, yes, there are mods in this game that allow you to have kind of other planets. But going into planetary with kind of rockets and things, I've seen videos of people doing it, and to be honest, it looks quite difficult. Now, obviously, I'm quite new to this game. I've only had it for a couple of months, not really played it that much. It's only kind of within the last few weeks that I've played this a fair bit, so yeah, right, so I'm gonna say goodbye to all my fans and greenies, and which are currently not so many, but that can change if I get subscribers and likes and all that jazz. Right, so I'm gonna say goodbye and thank you for watching.